Today's excellent question is, parrotlets are sexually dimorphic, and that means that you can see the difference between the males, the cocks, and the hens, the females, just by looking at them. So, the two questions we're going to be looking at are, number one, can you tell the difference when they're first born? And number two, when is a good time to adopt a baby? When do you want to get the baby from the breeder? Like, what's the best time and age? So parrotlets are sexually dimorphic. That means that you can see the difference in gender looking at their feathers. That also means that if someone tells you that they have newborns and they can tell you the gender difference, don't believe them, because we're going to look at the feathers right now. Do you see that blue stripe on the boy? What a great way to show it. His back, if we were to part his wings, on his back, he would have blue on his back. Oh, he almost wants to show us. Look at that. He almost wants to show us between his wings. That's where we would see the blue. Now, on the girl, we're looking for not seeing a blue stripe on her wing. So, unfortunately, she's not doing a good job of showing us her wing. And even if she was, it's kind of, you could see covered by feathers. But, oh, there, you could see, okay. Do you see the lack of blue stripe? Blue stripe and no blue stripe. So that marks the one on the bottom as the male and the one on the top as a female. When is a good time to get your gorgeous, sweet, cute little pocket parrotlet from a breeder? Well, I wouldn't choose a newborn. Why? Number one, you have to know how much to feed a newborn, which is ridiculous because they're going to be 3 grams. So how are you going to know how much to feed them? Their beaks are itty bitty, teeny weeny. You have to keep them warm. How are you going to do that? And you have to feed them about 10 times a day the first week. And so when they're that little, that's going to be pretty challenging. I wouldn't do it. The next thing is, if you get a newborn, then their immune system is also not going to be as strong as that of a baby who is fed by their parents for a couple of weeks. It makes that much of a difference. So when parrots are incubated and then hand-fed from the beginning, their immune systems take longer to develop. That's another reason, like, it's really, you have to have really good hygiene and be really careful. I thirdly believe that when they are raised in their nest box for the first couple of weeks until they open their eyes or so, with their parents and their siblings, they're warm. I think they get a certain energy, a certain love, a certain nourishment that is just not reproducible. And actually, when it comes to that nourishment, we know scientifically, like, my avian vet has said this, breeders say this, we as humans can't feed the babies the way the parents do. The parents get the crops nice and full, and when we hand feed, it's just not the same. Oh, look, he's showing you the blue on the back. I don't know if you saw that. Yep, do you see that blue right, that dark bluish right there? His back will have that. Oh, did you see that flash? He just flashed blue at us. And hers will either not be there at all or it'll be very, very, very light. So you really need the feathers to see. So that's the first reason. The second reason is when you are hand feeding a baby, you have to be really careful. Like, you have to know how to hand feed a baby. It takes me a little while to get a groove with a baby. And when I have a groove, they know how I feed, I know how they eat. And then we do it really fast and we make it look like it's a piece of cake. But when you're learning how to hand feed, if you don't have experience, it's not easy. You have to figure out how to get them to open their beak, how to get the food in, how to make sure they don't choke and aspirate on the food. You have to make sure you get it down the right tube. It's really easy and really complicated if you haven't done it before, that kind of thing. So you really want to have some experience. And if you are just getting one pet parrotlet, while I'm sure that the breeder told you that it would be a good chance to bond if you hand feed, which is true, you're just going to have a hard time if you don't really have experience. Oh, look at that. She was above you and she pooped on you. Can I get it off of you? Look at that. Okay, I guess it's time for a wrap. So I would wait until, did we get it? Nope. I would wait until the babies were a little older, preferably really already weaned, because then you just don't have to worry. Now I gotta go wash this baby. If you have any questions about parrots, please be sure to comment below. If you haven't already subscribed, please be sure to set your preferences so that YouTube lets you know when the next video is published, usually tomorrow. And no, don't eat that. And if you are having any problems with your parrot or you want them to have a stronger immune system, make sure to get Tink's must-have parrot relief available on parrotlets.com, or get your Burb t-shirt on parrotlet.com, and I will see you next time.